Thank you, woman. Hello. Good morning. Pardon my crazy hair. Excuse me. It just kind of waking up still, but I'm itchy because I'm reacting, so bear with me. This is not going to be a long stream because I want people to be able to watch it later on to get the information and not necessarily have to watch the entire thing. So, but we have a massive medical update that I thought I would share. Okay. We finally have some answers to some things medically. Hey, Ben. I went to the cardiologist yesterday out in Kansas City. We'd only gone to the one here locally. Um, so we finally got to the one out in Kansas City. And guys, she had read my chart. She kind of knew where she was going. First off, she's like, I looked at your chart and I feel like, and if you're talking to me about some of the things, she's like, I feel like a lot of this is caused by when you had COVID. It's kind of changed how your body works a bit. And so I was diagnosed as officially a COVID long hauler yesterday. So yeah, that was interesting. Because I had such a light case of COVID, I never really considered myself a long hauler per se. Now the big question was I going to get diagnosed with postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, or POTS for short? And the answer is kind of, sort of. But basically what's going on is I have no colon. Therefore, I only absorb a very small amount of the nutrients that I consume. And that includes like water, hydration, all of that stuff. Because the water is absorbed through your colon. That's where the water is brought into your body. It's through the colon. Excuse me. Because I don't have a colon, I don't absorb almost any of the water that I drink. Typically, it just gets shot through, and it even processes through my kidneys and my bladder super fast. So absorbing it, I don't do much of that. So because of that, I was diagnosed with malabsorption syndrome. And while she's like, it's kind of, she explained what she explained was POTS and dysautonomia, but she's a little bit more old school, so she didn't diagnose it as POTS. But that's okay because the treatment plan for what this is the exact same as what we would be doing for POTS. So, but she diagnosed me with recurrent syncope and then malabsorption syndrome. So, yeah. But that means we're on a medication that's going to help give some tone to the vascular system. So kind of like you have your muscle tone, your blood vessels kind of have something similar. And she said mine seemed to be probably a little bit floppy. So we're on a medication that's going to help increase that tone so that we're not having so much meaningless pumping of the heart and, the blood vessels and things like that. We get a lot more efficient vascular system. So hopefully we'll be seeing less tachycardia as time goes on. I just took my first dose this morning. I'm watching my heart rate like crazy. I will be watching my blood pressure as well. Efficient is good. Yes, it is. That being said, she's also like, what we are dealing with is a volume issue. You are not getting enough of a hydration volume. Therefore, there's not enough volume to not enough blood volume per se. So we are finally going to be starting IV fluids, hopefully twice a week. Currently, we're going to have to go out to Kansas City for that because, insurance is weird probably. So we are going to. No, I'm okay. I just have congestion. We had a cold come through our house about a couple weeks ago. I hold on to that. I had pleurisy, so my lungs still aren't real happy with me. But that being said, so we are going to be doing IV fluids twice a week out in Kansas City so far. Hopefully, in the next couple of months, we can either switch to here in Lawrence or we can switch to home IVs, which is fantastic. We'll see how that goes. This is very new still, so we're still getting it all set up. I should hear from the nurse today. He said he was going to call me today. The other thing, which I am not very happy about, you just look like you just plopped there like a mad kitty, but you love that thing. Yeah. So we know for a fact I have sleep apnea. I trigger the monitors at the ER every single time I fall asleep there. So I have to have an official sleep study. Hopefully I qualify for the one at home. I just called them today. I should hear back soon. But if I don't, I have to go in for one. So she wants me to be officially diagnosed. However, with the autism and the sensory issues, I can't do that. That shit on my face because I can't handle being like no. I can't handle having that on my face. Plus, with the mast cell stuff going on, I itch like crazy. Yeah. So, also, I saw the endocrinologist a couple days ago on the 7th, and we saw him because of my adrenal adenoma. It has been increasing in size since they found it, pretty much slowly, but it is. Anyway, so yeah, I have the adrenal adenoma. We're checking to see what the hormone secretions are like, whether it's too much hormone being released from it. If that's the case, we probably have to take it out. Sorry, mommy's typing me. I get distracted. If it's not, secreting too many hormones, we will probably leave it until it hits about 4 centimeters. And then they'll probably have to take it out at that point. But currently it's at 3.3 centimeters. My thymus gland, we're going to leave be for 3 months. We're going to recheck and all that. But the test we have to do for the adrenal adenoma, I have to do a 24-hour urine. And this doctor's like, it's important enough that we're going to place a catheter for 24 hours. And then we do a blood test a few days later to see what they basically do is they see what it's naturally doing. Then you do a steroid to see if it can be suppressed or not. And then they decide from there what to do. So currently we're just kind of in a holding pattern with all that. So yeah. But it's kind of funny because like the whole thing with the doctor, the cardiologist is like yesterday she's like, well, you need to increase salt, you need to increase this, all of the stuff, all the treatment is the exact same for if I had POTS, and it kind of cracks me up. But she's describing dysautonomia. But it's like, no, it's not POTS. So yeah. But basically treatment is the same. Get as much volume in as we possibly can. And as far as hydration, and then we supplement with a couple liters of fluid a week for now. Hoping that we can start doing it at home before too long, because I would really appreciate being able to stay home. I would rather be hooked up to an IV and have the freedom to be mobile than to sit in the hospital for 4 hours or whatever it is, So yeah, but for now we're still doing the get all the salt in, which is kind of funny because I still consume so much salt. I consume a lot of salt, and I'm still borderline low on my sodium. And she said all the salt because that'll help your absorption. So anyway, that's kind of what's up. We're just a little bit of a, we've figured some things out. Now we wait and see. I do have some I have my endoscopy and colonoscopy coming up. Well, it's not colonoscopy, but upper and lower scope. Let's just say that. On the 21st. Oh, that's only 11 days away. Crap. I am not looking forward to that at all. But you gotta do what you gotta do. It is I have to do it every year, every couple of years. I don't know if we'll continue every year or not, but we'll see. That could bring up some issues as well. So today I'm going over to the plastic surgeon for my second appointment with her to see about if we can do surgery soon to get rid of the chest here. And stuff like that. That's in a couple hours. Actually, I should probably get Hannah up soon so that she's pretty good at it. Getting herself up though. So, yeah, that's kind of what's up. So as far as on the other front, Mommy and I kind of took a break, but we're back together, and it's staying that way this time because we really come to the conclusion that we're not. I'm her baby, and that's fun. Anyway, I have to spend the day when we get home rolling a ball of yarn that I accidentally ran through the washing machine. So I went and grabbed my laundry out the other day out of my other bedroom. Well, out of the craft room now. And I didn't realize there was a skein of yarn in there that I bought for a commission that I'm doing. Yuki. And I ran the laundry and I opened up the washing machine when it was done, and there's yarn everywhere. And I'm like, oh shit. It is the clothing's intertwined with it, so I got it free. I grabbed the ball of yarn, or the bundle of yarn, and I stuck it in a pillowcase, tied up the pillowcase, and that way it would stay kind of not everywhere. So, oh yeah, I have to fix that today so that I can start the project here very soon. Speaking of, where'd I go? Oh, it's amazing. So that's kind of what's up, but I have to start getting ready here before too long. We have to leave here around 12:30. Just have to go to the other side of town. Where we're going out today for the doctor appointment is literally like right next door to where Andrew works. Also, Andrew dyed his hair blue, well, greenish blue. And it looks really, really good. Oh, yeah. So I've been making... Oops. So I made these. This is like the silicone beads. And this is like a little bit of a fidget type of thing, like sensory toy. Because my main sensory stim is the pacifier, which is not incredibly appropriate in society. A lot more autistic people with autism are using, like adults with autism are using the pacifier. But yeah, anyway, so I bought this with a gift card from my mom to make some pacifier clips because these are cool. They're fun to play with. But I made one that I can legit it does clip if I want it to. But mostly I just play with that and I chew on the beads and things like that, and I can twirl it up. I don't want to do it because I'm right here, but I'm in my room. But you can twirl it and stuff and like play with it. So yeah, it's fun. And then I made obviously my pacifier clip. But they're really fun to work with and like make and stuff, and they're really cool. So when I start my business back up again, I will probably have stuff like this in there for like both as pacifier clips and as just a chewy thing. So yeah, but it's super duper fun. I like it. I've made a few of them. I made a Halloween one even. Sorry, I'm watching my heart monitor. I have to watch my vitals a little bit right now. Because I just took my first dose of the new medication, the Mitarin. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close it up, I think, because, like I said, I didn't want this to be super long so that everybody can watch it back later if they need to. So, yeah. I will see you all later. Not sure when, but I will see you all eventually. So you guys have a great day. Bye bye.